Welcome again. Another beautiful Monday, and thank you for spending it with your boy Suede. Uh, let's do this here. We have a lot going on today. Um, beginning of the year, so we're gonna try to get to it. Um, let's see here. Our first story, we gotta talk about this California fire. We gotta talk about it. It is ravishing California right now. Uh, if you guys are familiar with California, it is a big state, so it's not the whole state that's on fire. Obviously, there's specific towns. Um, but most notably, we will talk about, you know, these million-dollar mansions that are being burned down. Near Malibu, that area, on the coast. Um, Very unfortunate. But here we have some update. We're gonna speak about what the reaction of some of the people that live there, celebrities and non celebrities. Um, we have a lot. We have a lot. So let's start with this. Let's do this here. Let's start with a quick update on what's going on today. Um, Progress, etc. that they're making.
This morning. Unfortunately, the death toll continues to rise because of those fires. We've learned at least 24 people have died in those LA fires. That
24. Last time we updated on this story, we only had about I believe it was about 5. So yeah, the death toll is going up, and it's a lot of people suffering. So thoughts and prayers to everyone suffering that lose their home, lose everything they've got. And I understand how people feel, hey, they're celebrities. A lot of people might feel, hey, they have millions, they'll be fine. It's okay, they will be fine. But remember, a lot of people, your home is where you keep all your valuables. Well, most of them. Um, so you might have baby pictures, books that was passed down um from your parents and your grandparents. You might have pictures, letters, um, um, paintings, So things that means a lot, their jewelry, things of that nature, clothes, paperwork, and that's a big deal, especially with the paperwork. Some certain things are just they're just history, so there's nothing you can't go and replace that. You can't go and buy that again. So these people, and for rich people, that's what matters. The things they can't buy, things they can't buy, things they might have bought it, but they can't buy it again. Exclusive things. So they lost a lot as well, and we feel you too, man. But let's let's listen to the story here.
number up from the previous report of 16. We're hearing at least 8 have died in the Palisades fire, 16 more attributed with the Eaton fire, and authorities believe with so many people still missing.
And remember, guys, that smoke here is probably from a drone, but that shot is probably from a drone, but that smoke, you got to breathe that. You got to breathe that in. And if you ever been around a fire, that air is hot. That air is burning. It's piercing. With the smoke, I mean, it's painful to breathe. You know what I'm saying? So these areas, I know people, they're probably all evacuated already because there's no way you staying there with all that smoke.
Unfortunately, they believe that death toll is going to go up in the coming days. We have our team in place before you head out the door. Chloe Coast over in the Weather Center. She's going to talk about those Santa Ana winds and what it means for the firefight today. Our Fidel Moreno Meza looking at infrastructure.
That's another thing. Also, adding the wind. The wind, as most of you guys probably aware of, when you blow oxygen to a fire, it increases it. So with the wind blowing that fire around. And if it's high winds, it's spreading it even more. So you're gonna have a lot more spots catching fire. Very unfortunate. Very unfortunate. And I don't know how these people what these people gonna do. It's gonna affect a lot of things. The economy of California is already, crazy. And we'll get to that in a little bit. Housing and um food, work, uh, even if you want to start a business, opening up a store, everything is expensive. Average bakery or something along that line spends hundreds of thousands of dollars just to stay open. So, you know, it's gonna be a tricky thing for California.
Structure here locally, what we can learn from what's going on in Southern California to make sure it doesn't happen here in Las Vegas. Our Evan Schreiber on the live desk as we check in with him now, talking about those conditions out there.
Made it quite difficult for crews, Kim, to get a handle on the largest fires for nearly a week now. The deadly Eaton and Palisades fires in Los Angeles County have caused some devastating damage as that firefight continues. More than 37,000 acres
Look
have
at
burned,
that.
with firefighters saying at least 10,000 structures have been destroyed. And then comes the steps of rebuilding here, because they're taking preemptive steps in California. The ongoing blazes are the costliest, most destructive in state history. California's governor signed an executive order to suspend some building requirements for
Oof.
wildfire victims to
Ooh.
build their homes back up. He's also allocating state resources to expedite insurance.
That is crazy. And let me tell y'all, insurance is gonna have a crazy time. And we'll talk a little bit about that a little further on down the line. But insurance been pulling out of California because all the brush fires that's been happening, and it's no secret that California is prone to brush fire. We've seen it happen countless time over the years. And thinking about it, these insurance been pulling out. Really, pause. They've been pulling out of California, because they don't want to insure these homes. These homes are very expensive, and that's what they cost now. So rebuilding it, is gonna be very costly because everything's gonna go up price wise in California if you understand business, and it's supply and demand. So rebuilding these homes, if you a supplier that works with construction or builders in California, your price is gonna go up because they need it. They're gonna need it. And as you can see here in the last shot, it's a town that was they should from a bird eye view. You see, it's a whole neighborhood that's burned, and you got this seems like some type of government church building or school, because it's a big building, and that's gonna have to be rebuilt and everything inside of it. And that's another thing, guys, you gotta remember: the insurance gotta cover valuables inside the building as well, um that was insured, of course. So this is gonna be very, very costly for California.
Inspections. So we'll talk about the relatively calmer weather that happened over the weekend that allowed some people to go to those previously evacuated areas. But let's talk about the containment on these fires right now. The Palisades fire, some 24,000 acres right now. That's the size of it as we speak. The Eaton fire, some 14,000 acres right now. You see the containment numbers right here, 27% on Eaton, 13% on Palisades fire. So some positive signs, but Kim, those forecasters, those meteorologists in Southern California really worried about what's ahead with the return of these fierce winds. Back to you, Kim.
It just puts a pit in your stomach. Thank you, Evan, for the latest. And it's
And as you could see, it's contained, but you know, when you hear fire contained, you want to hear 50% and up. You know what I'm saying? 50% and up is comfortable. 27 is scary. anything below 20, it's terrifying. It's terrifying. It's I don't. It's prayers to these people, man.
6:04. Let's talk about what those firefighters are up against today and beyond. Here's Chloe Coast over in the Weather Center with more.
Unfortunately, strong offshore winds will be moving in, and you can already see that evident right here. As far as the air quality goes, air quality alerts are in place because of these fires burning, creating
As they should be. Yeah, breathing is gonna be hard in this area, and the smoke travels, particles, dust, amber. It's the air is gonna be bad in that area. So, and that's probably why Drea trying to sell some air purifier, but that's another story. We'll touch on it on our night show. But this is
all of this smoke and haze
no good.
in the area. People are told to stay inside, and if you're going to be out and about, wear a mask. This is a concern because we have fire weather warnings, also known as red flag warnings, in place through Wednesday. A high wind warning will go into effect early Tuesday morning through noon Wednesday. Wind gusts as high as 70 miles an hour. That is not helping with the firefight. At least the smoke will stay to the south of us for now, Cam.
Great.
And as you can tell, as we all can tell, California is losing their grip on that fire, and it seems like it's a statewide issue, because when you hear everyone speak about who's governing California, the politicians of California, the people that make the rules and that make the decisions, and you can tell they're just, doing their best, obviously, but it's not enough. Even with the whole robbery and people running into stores, and they just return that law. Which law I'm looking for here? So basically, what they did was they will allow you to run into a store and steal anything under, I believe, $900 or $1,200, something along that line, and they wouldn't prosecute you, or they wouldn't do a big fuss like arrest you or chase you down, but it backfired. Initially, I didn't understand the point behind that. Why California choose to put that law, basically letting people know it's okay to go steal as long as you don't steal too much. You don't let you don't give people that steal anyway. Now you'll get people that don't steal that will think about it and be okay, well, I'll grab some. But you got motherfuckers, that's what they do. They wake up every day and who we gonna rob? And then you giving them an opportunity like that. That's, that was a little crazy. But they reversed it because, you had people swarming these stores in California. So it's just to say, California got some growing to do. They got some work to do with their governing. But here we have another video coming up for you here. On the fire. So this is another
place your home.
Perspective.
This is our town. And when disaster hit, people remembered what matters most, thinking beyond themselves to help each other.
Everywhere you turn around. And again, it's going to take definitely some time for folks to come out here to assess everything that they have lost and just exactly how long and how much it's going to take them to rebuild.
We've only just begun to understand what has just happened
to Los Angeles, to our communities, to our people.
Have you ever seen anything like this here in your home?
Nothing like this. It's, it's unprecedented.
But if time heals all wounds, there's no telling how long it'll take to heal this one. But in Los Angeles,
This is a whole cul-de-sac. This is a whole town. This is a whole community. And, I don't know about California's politics, if they're gonna do anything to help politicians and the governors and the people running California. I'm not sure if they're gonna do anything to help. But as a community, we all know that, even in families, when something happened, y'all come together, and it's really up to the people, because the government's gonna take your money anyway to do whatever they need to do. So I encourage this. I encourage the community coming together and try to help neighbors, help people that lost everything, and some that didn't lose everything able to help, and some that do lose everything still able to support each other and move forward on this, because you can't be homeless. You can't cry about it because it's happening. We can't control it. Your state can't control it. Your government can't control it. So it's very important when you see a whole community come together and they try to help each other, support each other.
Los Angeles, people don't wait to help.
But this is like a hurricane in the middle of a brush fire. You've got people right there. Is that a homeowner that's trying to leave? Is there anything we can do to help you, sir?
You can take these paintings, I guess. I can't ride with these.
Listen, I'll take them for you. I work at NBC.
Thank you.
I'll make sure you get them. What's your name?
These neighbors desperately try to keep their home from catching fire. Joel, they're turning around. Riverside County, please stop.
Come get down. They'll save your house.
Nah. Listen, the house next door is burning. The house behind you is burning. It's time to leave. It's time to go. I'm not even gonna be there when this is happening. We'll watch it on TV, on YouTube together like this. That's crazy. That's wild. And that's very scary, guys. Can you imagine how scary it is being the person trying to grab a few paintings at your house while this is going on? Nah.
Our neighbors were on our roof helping.
I know, the Rogers, we were here from the early morning.
What are they doing on the roof? What are they doing on the roof, chat? Nah. I'm long gone. He got a water hose. What are you doing, buddy? And and it's not funny. And I understand the man probably trying to save his house. He probably worked his whole life to pay for this house. He don't want to lose it. Even if he's gonna get another one, even if the insurance is gonna pay him, everything's gonna go smooth. You don't want to lose your comfort zone, which is your home, hopefully.
We were the first one to come in.
God.
Joel even got a water hose too. And
Yeah, I saw him. Thank you. You were awesome.
And we really want this street to stay in one piece.
At least he's staying positive, right?
Supposed to house, and it should not be a big deal. We should be able to put water to stop anything from spreading more.
Is that another water tender? Oh, another water tender. We have another water. Here, Val, come with me this way. This is incredible. We're getting help. So we saw, no, of course. We have another water tender here. That means we have more water.
Thank you. If we can still prevent more loss somewhere, it's worth the fight.
Yeah.
She returned home last night and there was a note on the door. We are thankful to see the main portion of your home is okay. I'm sorry about the loss in the backyard. We hope you are safe and doing okay. If you'd like to stay in touch, feel free to reach out. Respectfully, Andrew and Tony with the LA City Fire Department.
I don't know what to say. If I want to start talking, I can't stop crying. God bless them. Andrew and Tony, if you see me, thank you so much.
When you've run out of words to say, that's when you realize actions speak louder.
All of this is a grassroots effort that was started by street vendors through TikTok, the power of social media.
You can feel the energy coming from the Rose Bowl and those volunteers out there tonight.
And to see this horrific times happening right now, and seeing community come in with hope, come in with love, come in with passion that no, we're not going to give up. We're not going to give up.
What motivated you to be a part of this?
I'm for the people, by the people. That's just what it is. You feel me? If we in need, I'm here.
I actually came down because my family lost everything as well. And I was coming down for the resources that was given out here. And while I was here, I realized 10,000 of my neighbors were out here as well.
These two incredible people lost their home in the wildfire this week, but they are here today. They are helping feed people that have lost just as much as they have.
Sometimes we feel alone, we feel isolated, like, oh, no one cares. But then at the end of the day, when tragedy happens, just seeing everybody from all over Corona, San Diego, all over the town, they come and support.
Just giving, giving back. That's what Los Angeles is about. It's giving, and she's right. You see it in person, and it just takes your breath away.
Because this is Los Angeles, and these are the angels.
Very well put. Very touching video. And that's what America is about. This is what being an American is. Coming together and help. And also being a good person. Being a real human being is being resilient and helping others even when you're hurt as well. And that's a great story. And we have a lot of that going on in California right now. Even here, even in even with some of the celebrities that are out right now. We have Beyonce donating 2.5 million to California fire relief. That will help, especially if especially with the people that needs food, water, etc. Just to keep going. 2.5 million is a lot of money, but there's a lot of people that are hurt and they lost a lot. So yes, we understand 2.5 million is it's not gonna fix everything, but it will help at least with some water, with some food, with some hotel costs for some of these people that are displaced. And shout out to Beyonce for that. We appreciate you, B. And also you even have people like Kim Kardashian. Okay, she's advocating apparently for the firefighters that are working the fire, but these firefighters aren't your normal firefighters. California hire their inmates to fight these fires, and apparently they're not getting paid a lot. But let's face it, folks, these are prisoners. You know what I'm saying? They're not gonna get paid $25 an hour, $30 an hour if they choose to do this job. I'm not sure, and I want to say it like this. I don't think California's forcing these guys to fight the fire. I think these guys are sitting in jail and they wanted to do something, so they join the program. I'm sure this is a program they offer in jail, and these guys sign up, and I don't blame them. You get out of jail for a little bit. You probably get to eat different food. You probably get to sleep somewhere different, unless they take them to jail right afterwards, right after their shift, which that is a possibility. But nonetheless, we like the positivity. We like the advocacy, fighting for what you believe in. And in California right now, there's a lot of that going on. People helping each other. And I appreciate Kim Kardashian for keeping these guys in mind, because once you become a prisoner, a lot of people kind of write you up as a bad person and ignore all your rights. But as prisoners in the United States of America, you still have rights. And I like to see that Kim Kardashian is actually standing up for that, and standing up for these prisoners, because I believe they're getting paid around $5. I'm not sure, a day. Um, so that's just that's just not it's just not right. That's slavery. But the state do have some problems, and that's another one of them that they got to deal with. And it's a touchy subject because it is California. We do need the force. We do need the workforce behind being firefighters. We do need the workforce. We need these people in jail that could sign up for these programs and work and do some of these, like cleaning the highway or working the kitchen or building license plates, which we all it's a famous thing that we know the prisoners, some prisons, they do manufacture. So with that being said, we do appreciate Kim Kardashian for fighting for the inmates, and she's been doing that. As you know, her dad was a lawyer. Her dad was a lawyer. Her dad uh is no longer with us, but her dad uh represented OJ famously. So it's in her blood, and in honor of her dad, she is in law school as well. So she's trying to become a lawyer, trying to help the community. She doesn't need the money. She's a billionaire, but I believe in the honor of her dad's legacy of being one of the top lawyers in the country when he was alive, when he was practicing. So I think she's stepping into that shoe and doing her best to fill what she can. Um Shout out to Kim Kardashian again, and prayers and support to her. And we also have other stories along that line with California. Um, we got Tyler Perry, who spoke out about the insurance companies canceling policies in LA. Um, we spoke about it briefly earlier, and yeah, so that's a thing. Insurances will tell you, I'm dropping you. And if you have a mortgage on that house, you understand that that mortgage needs an insurance to insure that mortgage in order for you to keep that mortgage. So it's a big deal. It's a big problem. It puts a lot of individuals in a big issue because the insurance that do stay naturally is business. We're gonna raise the price because you need us. You need us. All the other insurance, we know they're going away. We in the business. We aware they're going away. So now you want to insure your house. I know you were paying $1,500. Well, look, add another 500 to it, and then your house is insured. That's injustice, and that's what I believe Tyler Perry is fighting, is voicing and putting a light on, because you don't want your house to go on fire like a lot of people are experiencing in California right now, and you have no insurance. You have no fire insurance. And other places, there's all type of insurance. And some places, whatever they're prone to, they will get insurance uh to to protect that. For example, you get hurricane water insurance in some places. You got fire, earthquake, structural insurance in certain places. And I feel like Tyler Perry is doing the right thing by bringing that up so early, because we know the insurance will play. They will play. They don't want to pay. They don't want to pay all that money. So they will play. They'll try to lowball you. They'll try to throw let's say your whole house burned down, market value on it prior to it burning down was $5 million. The insurance will hit you with 1.2. The insurance will try to hit you with 1.2. And that's if they do that. And how do you rebuild your house? Now you can't even afford the place you was living in. On top of that, they will be raising their prices. So in 3-4 years, once everything is done, probably more than that, because this devastation is probably gonna take more time to kind of bounce back from. But let's just guesstimate. In 3-4 years, once everything's pretty much everything, well, mostly I would say everything is done building up, these insurance companies will be raising the prices. Now, where's the problem in that? You might ask, right? What is the problem with that, Sway? Well, the problem with that is some people are still making the same they were making before or less. Because you do have business owners that live in those communities that lose not only their business, they also lose their home. So they don't have an income anymore. And then my insurance going up. Furthermore, you got people that are living check to check. You got people that are living paycheck to paycheck. How are these people gonna survive this when they're used to paying, it's California, let's say $5,000 on their mortgage? We're gonna keep it nice. Let's say $5,000 for their mortgage. And then now their insurance go up. Now they're closer to $7,000. They're a little past $6,000. How do they come up with that extra $1,000? How do they come up with that extra $500? How are they gonna come up monthly with that extra money? So shout out to Tyler Perry. I appreciate him. If you standing up for these people, because if you ever been in a situation where you have to sue an insurance company, it takes years. It takes years. So these people are gonna suffer not just today, not just this week, not just the remainder of 2025. They're gonna be suffering for a long time. So shout out to Tyler Perry for standing up for these people, and we appreciate that. We appreciate that, and that's where celebrity does help, because with his voice, that will get the story out there. Okay. And another thing, before we leave the California fire story, another thing that's going on is these people that are taking advantage of the situation to go steal. They're taking advantage of this situation to go rob these people's property. Now, as you know, a lot of people did leave. We covered that previously in our other video, but some people had to evacuate. And as I said, if I'm a guy that's watching my neighbors down the block house go in flame, it's dark, it's smoky, it's crazy, I'm not there. I left yesterday. You know what I'm saying? I left yesterday. I'm not here today to watch all this. You know? Because we've heard the stories of the people that stay too long. They try to be in denial. They try to be strong or, tough guys, and they stay. Me personally, I am gone yesterday. I am gone when I smell the smoke. I am gone. So I would be one of these people, and I'm sure some of you guys might agree that you guys would be too. One of those people that leave my house. I lock everything, grab my dog, and I'm out. Grab some of my stuff, and we out. So my house would be in danger to these people. So these people are basically dressing up as firefighters, probably go to a stupid costume store and got a firefighter outfit, okay, and make their way up there, walking around, breaking into people's houses. That's very 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 bad. And they've been arresting some people. They've been arresting quite a few people, quite a bit of people for doing that. And furthermore, the people that are just going up there forget faking being a firefighter. They're just in their minivan, riding deep, going to rob people. Um, that's unfortunate. And if you one of these people thinking about doing that, don't do it. It's bad karma. It's bad juju. It's being a bad human being. Just help your neighbors, man. Don't go around try to still take advantage of the situation. Um, which we all used to people like that. We seen people like that. We heard, but be a good human being. Okay. Speaking about foolery, you got um you got people flying drones, as we also covered last time, right? Helicopters and planes that are flying in the air trying to help put out the fire is running to drones. You got people with their drones up there, probably checking up on their houses, probably checking up on their neighbors' houses, or just plainly just looking to catch footage of the fire. And they're running into these planes. They're running into these volunteer planes and firefighter helicopter. They're having issues with these drones. One even uh hit the plane last time, which I believe was Friday or Saturday. It hits a plane while the plane was in the air trying to bring fire water or the fire deterrent liquids to the hills, to the nice houses. And you got the big drones hitting these things, damaging it. Actually, it damaged that plane last time. So here we got Ben Affleck. They're saying FBI agents pay a visit to Ben Affleck's home while investigating drone incident. So I don't know if they think Ben Affleck had drones in the air or the drones were over his home. But apparently they're there. They're gonna, you know, they're gonna talk to him and figure out what's going on. But hopefully, keep your drones down. I understand you want to see the fire. I understand you wanna catch the big footage as we all see. We appreciate it. We watch them, but be careful out there, guys. Be careful out there. And hopefully Ben Affleck had nothing to do with it. Hopefully it's just a drone that was over his house or coming from somewhere close to his house. Hopefully, he don't get in too much trouble with that. Shout out to the FBI. Shout out to Ben Affleck. Um, And let's see here. We're gonna move forward, guys. We're gonna move forward to something um a little bit a little bit funnier. Um although the situation is not funny. Um we got our let's see here. We got word of Jimmy Carter, our 39th president, the 39th president of the United States, had passed away late last month. December 29th, I believe it was. The man lived at 100 years old. That's 100 years old, guys. So that's blessings to him. So they had obviously had a funeral, and people were up in arms with seeing Trump and Obama sitting right next to each other. So we're gonna watch the video and see what the big fuss was. Everyone covered it. CNN, Fox, even Charlemagne had some choice word for the whole situation. Um I was a little surprised. I'm not gonna lie. I was a little surprised as well. But you gotta remember, guys, these guys are all friends. They all speak to each other for the most part. Um, so I'm not totally surprised, but I am surprised. I was a little surprised. But here we're gonna see the interaction, and we're gonna see uh we're gonna try to decipher what they said, because we were lip reading. We can't really tell what they're saying, but I'm sure some joker online is gonna have uh, a mimic translation. But let's see the interaction. It was interesting.
Cathedral right now. We have seen, I think this is the first president that we've seen come into the room. We are still waiting, of course, for Bush and Clinton and Obama, as well. There is Donald Trump and Mike Pence.
Wait a minute. Is that Mike Pence? Wait a minute. Was that Mike Pence back there? Let's see this.
And Obama.
Yeah, that's Pence. This, the funeral, shout out to Jimmy Carter and his family. Rest in peace and our best wishes. But this was a soap opera going on in that corner. You got Trump and Pence. Later on, we're going to have Hillary, Kamala, Obama, all within 10 feet of each other. You even got the security details. These boys are security. You could tell these boys are security. They're looking, even they're concerned a little bit. They're like, wait, these motherfuckers, they talk so much crap about each other. We hope they don't just start throwing hands. We hope they don't just start, hey. No way. Now, personally, uncomfortable situations like this, I don't really fuck with it, chat. I don't know, man. I can't be this fake. I cannot be. That's why politicians are, to some extent, you gotta give them their prop. These motherfuckers are professional liars, fake niggas. Let me tell you, I thought rappers was bad with the lying. I thought the rappers, because the rappers are just professional liars, right? They will lie and they lie and they lie about everything until they could get there. And then they lie about another position they're not. until they get there. So it's wishful thinking, mixed with a little bit of lie and a little bit of hopeful thinking. So that's what a rapper is. But politicians is there are a different breed of people. To be able to be that fake, y'all talk so much crap and then be in each other's face. Now, Pence's face is not faking it now. And that's why I think Pence was not, you know what I'm saying? He couldn't play the game right. He doesn't have the fakery and the bullshit that you need to be a politician like Trump. I always wonder, how does Trump function with a million lawsuit, an election? These are all hard things. These are all very difficult things. Because you got to win over people's opinion, people's vote, etc. You got to win those people over. So it makes it very difficult. But Trump is putting a masterclass demonstration of being a politician. And you know, he lie, he bullshit, he does all of it as well. But this was interesting. This was interesting. Now, you know, R.I.P. to our ex-president, but this is the foolery here, guys.
Well, there is Donald Trump and Mike Pence. Al Gore, the former vice president, Pence and Trump, it's the first time they've seen each other since January 2021. A lot of tension between the two then, and
very cordial. I like it. I'm proud of it. I'm shout out to them, you know, because would have to throw some hands, man. Especially all the stuff you said about me, would have to throw some hands. I'm not Sid, Nick. This is having Chirac, all the ops in one aisle. This is nuts.
It didn't look particularly warm just now, one might observe. In any case, this is the first president of many that we're expecting. Of course, we expect President Biden to deliver eulogy. President Biden, back when he was a senator,
Biden is still trying to figure out where he's at. Biden, I hope they just sit Biden down and let him do, because Biden is not gonna do anything. Okay, Biden's at the point where right now he's just riding out, he's coasting, and happy to be gone. They were putting the man through, you know what I'm saying? It's like not being able to lift a certain weight. You go to the gym, you can't lift 200 pounds, and then we're pretending you can lift 200 pounds. But we're not seeing you lifting it. We're just hearing your friends tell, yeah, man, he just lifted last night. He just lifted this morning. Yeah, man, he was just about, you just missed it. He was just about to do it. That's gonna take a toll on you. It makes Biden tired of the fakery. He's tired of faking being the president. He's ready to go.
He and Jimmy Carter shared a political advisor, Pat Caddell. And Pat Caddell, there's former President Obama walking in. First Lady Michelle Obama is not going to be with him.
There goes Obama. And that's where stuff got interested, because Obama came through and watched where he sat.
Today. But here he is joining the club, saying hello to Mike Pence, saying hello to Mike Pence's wife Karen, saying hello to Al Gore. We did not see a greeting of or by President Trump. There he is saying hi to Marilyn Quayle. Did shake hands?
He did shake.
They shook. Okay.
I don't know, bro. I feel like that's OG. He passed them, didn't say nothing. But when it sat right next to him,
President Obama did Say hello to Marilyn Quayle and former Vice President Dan Quayle.
Oh, that's such an image.
That is an image.
It's
I mean,
good,
you
though.
don't
Good
see
image.
for it's always.
And they talking like they, yo, what up, bro? Hey, listen, man. You left early yesterday, man. You getting a little old. And then, Obama like, nah, bro. Michelle was tripping, man. Michelle was like, I'm out the house too much. I had to get home, man. I'm out the house too much. Especially I ain't really, you know what I'm saying? We're just living it up now, you know what I'm saying? But congrats on the win, though. They talking like friends.
Striking whenever you see any of these people who were political opponents. Although Obama and Trump never ran against each other. Here's George W. Bush.
And there goes Bush. Bush walk in there like the freaking, like the manager of the fucking way. You know how they're having a meeting and then the manager walk in? That's how Bush walk in there like, I'm about to lay down the law. Golly.
First Lady Laura Bush.
Wait, did he just pass Obama? And nah, there's a lot of beef going on here.
Interesting how Barack Obama stood up to let them through. Again, saying hello to the former vice presidents, Al Gore, Mike Pence.
You see, Bush shaking all their hand and ignored Obama.
I do not think former President Bush or Laura Bush shook hands with.
He ignored Obama. We didn't miss that.
Walked right past it. I would Trump's. I would find that very surprising if they didn't. Maybe we didn't see that.
We might not have seen it. The angle keeps shifting back.
Nah. We seen it. We seen it. We seen it all. We seen them past Trump. My dude put his chest out and walked right past Trump, his wife, and Obama, and sat down. We seen him do it. So whatever's going on there is going on there. You know what I'm saying? Obama reading like he ain't reading nothing. Obama ain't reading. You know how you're in church or something and you just, let me just keep my eye on this. You know what I'm saying? Go, you at school or something and little baddie looking at you or something and you too shy, let me just keep my eye on this book right here where it's good and dandy. It's nuts, man. It's crazy. So
back and forth.
Right. Might still happen.
Let's see.
But you see Barack Obama.
Trump sharing. Look,
Trump
they flipping. They're not reading
like
anything.
Friendly chit chat. There's
okay.
former President Bill
Now
Clinton.
there goes
with, First Lady and Secretary of State.
Top boss
Hillary Clinton walking around.
And Bush stood up.
Of course.
Bush stood up and didn't even get a handshake.
Seats, but also avoids the potential awkwardness of a moment between the Trumps and the Clintons that might not be as warm as the ones she's having with the former vice presidents. Let's go to Caitlin Collins.
And it's so interesting how they put all these people right next to each other.
How I afforded this car.
Right next to each other. It's just Obama is sitting there looking as confused as could be because he stood up for Bush and Bush it's just shade after shade after shade over here. But let's finish watching this real quick.
You don't see hardly ever. And just to go back to that moment where Trump walked into the room
Michelle
and
not
shook
here.
hands with Mike Pence, that is
Probably
the
would have
first
been more shade, better shade
those
going
two
on.
have had. They have not even been in the same room in 4 years. I called to just double check that this morning with a few aides of both of theirs, and it just was a moment to see them come and shake hands with one another. And Jeff, obviously, to see this moment, Jeff, you covered President Obama. To see the two of them speaking to one another, seated next to one another, which I don't think they have been at one of these funerals or gatherings where they've been in the same room before.
They have not. It truly is extraordinary.
Hillary
The last
looking
time
like
most
head,
of them were in the same room
head
was
bitch
in
in charge,
2018
man.
at the funeral of George H.W. Bush. President Trump was in office
Obama
then.
cooling
One
it.
person missing from this is Michelle Obama. I'm told by her advisors that she had a scheduling conflict. She's actually still in Hawaii from an extended holiday
don't
vacation.
know why he's here.
So she's missing there. But if you look from these
Bill
presidencies,
Clinton
they are
said, "I
linked
took 2 edibles
one
for
to
this.
another
I'm
to
straight. I'm
another. That's
ready."
how it works. Of course, and
Beautiful,
Hillary
beautiful
Clinton seeing her
church.
there. Jimmy Carter, as you
Beautiful
remember,
church.
Casey, we covered the Bernie Sanders campaign. Jimmy Carter supported him over her. So there are so many rifts between
President of the United States. Obviously, one Clinton serving,
Them boys
the
talking
other
a lot.
running. And this extended conversation between Donald Trump and Barack Obama, just so fascinating, especially when you think about
Hey
how
man,
some of the things that
hey
Donald
man,
Trump said and did while Obama was president.
I
while your point is taken,
mean
they
to
didn't
say all
run
that
against each
all
other.
that stuff I said, man. You know, I just had to do what I had to do, and then walks in Kamala.
And Doug Emhoff also entering the room. Harris was right behind President Biden in her motorcade.
Didn't say hi to
So we should
nobody.
expect to see him soon
Not
as well.
yet.
And as we we're thinking as
Obama's
Gerald
looking,
Ford's son is going to
and
be
you could
reading
tell
his
there's
words,
beef
his eulogy.
because look at her face. She just did that. She thought they were gonna talk to her, went right back to normal, and Obama's like, "Hey man, I did what I could for her. Trump like, "Yo man, don't worry about it, cause you can't please you can't please these hoes, man. You can't please them." Trump said, I had to pay one, and got in trouble for it. Cash money. Melania sit there like a statue. She's just down for the ride. But it's very interesting, man. These are the people that rule the world the last, couple decades here. Last 30, 40 years. Yeah, close to 30 years. These are all of them right here.
The President's Club. That said, can't be easy for people in that group who have heard nasty things said about them.
Bill Clinton still talking about that edible kicking in right now. Hillary, like, I told you, nigga.
One or another of the people present.
Can't do.
Whether
Yeah, good
Trump is an
stuff. Yeah,
existential
kick that.
threat to democracy, or some of the more vicious things said about Barack Obama and where he was born, and on and on. But it is a funeral, and it is a moment where people try to put aside such grievances.
Man, it's so much pride in this area right here.
But it conjured up a memory that I have from Bush 41's funeral, when all the former presidents, for whom first families, everybody were seated. George W. Bush was one of the last people to come in the room before the sitting president, of course. And he went and shook every single person's hand of his former club and former first ladies. And again, it does, yes, this is a reverent moment, of course, but it does take a person of character to sort of change that tone.
I just want to, it's not happening right now, but I just want to emphasize that until 30 seconds ago, Donald Trump was talking
To
Barack
Barack
Obama's
Obama.
ear off.
Yes.
His ear off.
I like.
Yeah, they were. Trump is talking to them like, "Yo, bro, it's good to see you, man. Like, bro, we good, son. We don't got, what I'm saying? We're gonna leave that to rap. Yeah, we're gonna leave it we're gonna leave it on wax. We good."
I like seeing that,
And
actually.
well, I'm not sure how much Barack Obama liked it, but he was being gracious and classy, as one does. And now, of
And
course,
here,
he's turned
too.
around and he's talking to the man who was Donald Trump's vice president, but was not
Mike
chosen
Pence.
for this particular time after.
Damn right, he wasn't chosen. Mike Pence dipped when things got crazy, and but shout out to Trump for staying in there, and the man is not a loser, man. He don't quit. But I thought that was funny how they all in there, and just keeping a straight face. But in honor of Jimmy Carter, we're gonna watch his grandson give a quick eulogy. We're gonna kind of fast forward through it. We don't want to stay on this topic too long because we've been on it long enough already. But we want to show some respect and not make this about the tense rivalry politic that was in the room. We want to show respect to the man. So here.
In my church,
And this is
we sing a song
his
that
grandson,
says,
Jason.
"From the moment that I wake up until I lay my head, I will sing of the goodness of God." I don't know how many people in here can say that. I know I can't. But my grandfather certainly can. From the moment that he woke up until he laid his head, his life was a testament to the goodness of God. And I thank all of you for being here to celebrate this life. To the presidents and first ladies, it is a great honor to have you here. You know the human side of the American presidency like no others, and we appreciate you. To the vice presidents, other distinguished guests, and friends of all kinds, thank you for being here. To those of you who came from all across the world, thank you for being here to celebrate and pay tribute to my grandfather.
Hi everyone.
Hey, what?
We're gonna apologize for the commercial, but it happens. YouTube.
But we called him Papa, as many of you know. We called my grandmother Mom Carter, so we spent our time talking about Mom and Papa, and mostly, speaking of the human side of the presidency, just letting people know that they were regular folks. Yes, they spent 4 years in the governor's mansion and 4 years at the White House, but the other 92 years they spent at home in Plains, Georgia. And one of the best ways to demonstrate that they were regular folks is to take them by that home. First of all, it looks like they might have built it themselves. Second of all, my grandfather was likely to show up at the door in some 70s short shorts and Crocs. And then you'd walk in the house and it was like thousands of other grandparents' house all across the South. Fishing trophies on the walls. The refrigerator, of course, was papered with pictures of grandchildren and then great-grandchildren. Their main phone, of course, had a cord and was stuck to the wall in the kitchen, like a museum piece. And demonstrating their Depression-era roots, they had a little rack next to the sink where they would hang Ziploc bags to dry. And demonstrating that.
That's like that described my grandma's house right there. You know, grandma always have the little hanging paper towels and Ziploc bags or freaking something they wash that you don't need to wash. You could just throw that thing away. But, you know, shout out to grandparents, man.
They changed with the times. Eventually, he did get a cell phone, and one time he called me sort of early on in that process. And on my phone, it said, "Papa, mobile." So I answered it, of course. I said, "Hey, Papa." He said, "Who's this?" I said, "This is Jason." He said, "What are you doing?" I said, "I'm not doing anything. You called me." He said, "I didn't call you. I'm taking a picture." It was nuclear engineer, right? I mean, they were small town people who never forgot who they were and where they were from, no matter what happened in their lives. But I recognize that we are not here because he was just a regular guy. As you've heard, from the other speakers, his political life and his presidency for me was not just ahead of its time, it was prophetic. He had the courage and strength to stick to his principles even when they were politically unpopular. As governor of Georgia half a century ago, he preached an end to racial discrimination and an end to mass incarceration. As president in the 1970s, as you've heard, he protected more land than any other president in history. 50 years ago, he was a climate warrior who pushed for a world where we conserved energy, limited emissions, and traded our reliance on fossil fuels for expanded renewable sources. And by the way, he cut the deficit, wanted to decriminalize marijuana, deregulated so many industries that he gave us cheap flights and, as you heard, craft beer. Basically, all of those years ago, he was the first millennial. And he could make great playlists, as we've heard as well. Maybe this is unbelievable to you, but in my 49 years, I never perceived a difference between his public face and his private one. He was the same person no matter who he was with or where he was. And for me,
He was a real one.
that's the definition of integrity.
He was a real one.
That honesty was matched by love, it was matched by faith. And in both public and private, my grandparents did fundamentally live their lives in an effort, as the Bible says, to do justice, love mercy, and walk humbly with their God. Sometimes I feel and felt like I shared my grandfather with the world. Today is one of those days. But really, he shared the world with me. The power of an atom, the beauty and complexity of a South Georgia forest. When we fished, he celebrated the majesty of everything from the smallest minnow to that grand circulation of waters. And he shared this love with my boys, taking these Atlanta public school kids out into the fields to show them about row crops and wild plums. In the end, his life is a love story. And of course, it's a love story about Jimmy and Rosalind and their 77 years of marriage and service. As the song says, they were the flagship of the fleet. And rest assured that in these last weeks, he told us that he was ready to see her again. But his life was also a broader love story about love for his fellow humans and about living out the commandment to love your neighbor as yourself. I believe that love is what taught him and told him to preach the power of human rights, not just for some people, but for all people. It focused him on the power and the promise of democracy, its love for freedom, its requirement and founding belief in the wisdom of regular people raising their voices, and the requirement that you respect all of those voices, not just some. That conviction made him a naval officer who believed and demonstrated, as you've heard, that the greatest power of America was not the military, but its values. And those values were personal to him, and he lived them both publicly and privately. As you heard Stu say, as president, he gave voice to dissidents, stood up to dictators, brought countries together in peace. His heart broke for the people of Israel. It broke for the people of Palestine, and he spent his life trying to bring peace to that holy land. And he talked about it at the dinner table. It was the same in public as it was in private. And for the last 40 years, as you've heard, he spent his time living out that love and that faith alongside the poorest and most marginalized people in the world. And that work, again, has been based fundamentally on love and respect.
Hold on, before you pay for yet another app to manage your team, let me introduce you to Connect Team, the one.
Again, we apologize for the commercial, but that's very interesting. You know, you see how his grandson just kind of humanized him, and give us a view of what it was like to be around him all the time.
Of regular
Rest in
people,
peace.
even
Rest in
if
peace,
they are
our president, Jimmy Carter. And shout out to his grandson, Jason Carter, for this heartfelt eulogy. But we're gonna move forward a little bit here. You could listen to it, the whole thing on your own. It's on CNN YouTube page. You could find it, listen to it. If you want to hear the whole thing, but it's a little long. I don't wanna bore you guys. We got a couple quick hits we're gonna go through. Right here. One of our first quick hits is TikTok. This story here is on our Instagram page, my Instagram page, our news Instagram page, which is TMG with Suede. So the middle ground with Suede. Check it out, guys. Please go on there, leave some comments, and let me know if I could do anything better. I'm a new creator. I would like some feedback. Uh, this is something I love doing. I did it without doing it for a very long time. So I always kept up with all our hip hop news, entertainment news, world news, politics, and now I choose to just bring it out to you guys and on my perspective. So go in there, like and subscribe, and leave some comments if you guys like. So here on the middle ground page, we have this article here about TikTok being banned by the 19th this month. Today's the 13th. So by the 19th, if the lawmakers and the US Supreme Court doesn't come up with, if TikTok don't come up with a resolution, meaning they would like TikTok to be sold to American investors or put some regulations or open up their whole business up to the US will be banning TikTok. So I'm sure you guys all aware of that. Today's the 13th. So we got until the 19th for them to come up with a resolution, or TikTok will be pulling out the US. A lot of people are gonna be hurt. We got a lot of content creators that do make a living on TikTok. They won't be happy. We got kids that just enjoy using TikTok. I'm sure they won't be happy as well. But this TikTok things goes far and deep, because some might say they're just jealous of TikTok, the way people love TikTok. But what their initial issue was with this whole TikTok thing is that TikTok is their software, the way it's designed, is taking a lot of information from their users, and in turn being able to use it, sell it, or however. But they're presenting it as a national security issue, where TikTok is getting information that they don't want. They don't want another nation having, meaning China. They don't want them to have all the access they're having through TikTok. As you know, China don't play that. They run whatever. If you have a business in China, you might be running the business, but the government there pretty much run the business. They do whatever they want, whatever they say goes. So very interesting. We'll see if it shuts down. Previously, a couple months ago, I would say it won't shut down. Today, I will say I don't think it's gonna shut down, but we don't know. I'm leaning 50-50 now. I was on the side of it not being shut down because I don't think they should shut it down. Because I don't think it's fair to the creators. I don't think it's fair to the people that enjoys the product. But at the end of the day, we don't make the rules. We just follow them. So if the United States ban TikTok, TikTok's gonna go. And it doesn't seem like they're coming to a resolution, and we're days away. We're days away from the deadline. What do you guys think? You guys think this is fair? Do you guys think we gotta protect our national security uh interests? Do you think it's gonna shut down? We could go in the comments, we'll talk about it. But we'll see. Unfortunately, that's the case right now with TikTok. If TikTok get banned, a lot of people will be unhappy. A lot of people will be out of work pretty much because they built that whole thing there to they built their whole following to kind of make a living, and now they're being shut down. Okay, so that's another quick hits, and we have another quick hits coming with academics. And Drake involve academics, Drake, LeBron, and a bunch of other characters here. Because the story is a little deeper, but we're gonna do quick hits. We'll go into it more tonight. But real quick, Drake exposed LeBron for cheating on his wife. As we know, LeBron is top player in the NBA, the GOAT, the number one. And some people might even say that he's better than Jordan and Stephen Curry and everyone else. So LeBron has an image. His image is he's been with his girl since he was in high school, got married, have children, become super successful, and good father, good husband, successful guy. But what academics is bringing to the light is that LeBron also have another side, which he loves dipping in the honey jar. LeBron likes the milk. LeBron like the white girls. LeBron love the Beckies. Yes. And some people might say the men work hard. What's wrong with a little Becky here and there? You have your opinion. But also the rest of the world have their opinion on what LeBron represents. LeBron represents it's almost like the perfect couple syndrome, that he's going through. So academics is saying that LeBron, like the white girls in Canada, he be smashing them, and we've heard the rumors, and that's the big deal right now because Drake is also involved. So what they're saying is that Drake was supplying the Beckys. Drake was bringing the chicks to the freak off. And this all stemmed from the beef with with Kendrick when Kendrick dropped Not Like Us, and LeBron was up there dancing, promoting, showing love, pulling up to the shows. And Drake is sitting there. But bro, you pulled up to the freak offs. You pulled up when I say them white girls was here. I think that's dirty macking on the part of Drake. But do you think Drake got a point? I don't know if Drake got I wouldn't do it myself personally. Out a man. He has an image. He has a career. He has a wife. He has a family. But to each its own. And I think Drake outed LeBron because LeBron, in a sense, is celebrating him being outed. Well, not outed because we don't believe Drake is a pedophile, but the P word. Let's the P word. We excuse me, YouTube. We don't believe Drake is a P word, but LeBron was celebrating it. So Drake came out with a track exposing LeBron, and the chicks he's smashing, the white girls he's smashing, to the world. Do I agree with it? No. But so that's what LeBron dealing with right now is, yeah, I bought the white chicks through LeBron. I did that. Why you gonna turn on me when we was freak off buddies? You know what I'm saying? So quick hit. We'll go a little bit more in depth with it tonight. Just want to bring those little topics to you guys. Make sure you guys are aware and informed about it. So here, before we leave this topic here, let's watch this guy here put an audio on Obama's talking to Trump. Let's do this before we leave this topic, before we go. This is funny.
Well, Mr. President.
For a second time. Barack, very nice to see you.
Congratulations. How you doing?
A lot better, Dad.
Yeah, I bet. Knew you'd win.
Oh, really? Oh, come on. Anyone could beat her.
Kidding
She's
me?
just...
I was just as appalled. You know what happened? You just didn't want to leave.
I know.
Is what happened. I did what I could to help her. She was horrendous.
I know. You know what I realized? Hillary still hates me. So much. I know. She'll never forget me.
Look at Hillary. Look at Hillary's
We
face.
should meet to discuss
I
this.
think so too. We can definitely set something up. Let me know whenever
Oh, we
works
got
we could set some up.
best for you.
I was going to fly back to Florida tomorrow for the golf.
Okay.
Uh-oh. Now I wanted to create some distance between the funeral segment and this, because this is not funny because it's a funeral, but it's very funny because people are gonna make fun of it. And I just wanted to show y'all what people thought they were saying. Here, honey, sit down.
Did you see that? She won't even look at me.
Really? I was told some of her people. Apparently they said she fell off the wagon.
I think she actually may have. Sure. And also, she's not really built for this. Amount of pressure, if you're not built for it, will do
it. Oh man, these people are nuts on X, man. But last quick hit we're gonna hit you with is Little TJ and 5 Year Foreign going to Max's stream and acting a fool. Basically they walked in there, Max told them not to smoke, and stuff got crazy. They're looking back there, looking crazy, smoking still, and then they end up leaving. And this shit created a whole storm.
Will go off. So they both stopped and then started smoking again minutes later. This would happen over and over and over again. Till finally, Fivio was standing near Max and blew smoke right into Max's face.
That's crazy.
They both ended up leaving because they weren't allowed to smoke. Lil TJ was on another stream the day after this happened and said this.
No disrespect, I deadass didn't know you. I deadass never heard of you. I pulled it for 5, bro. Everywhere I go, I be smoking. I pay the fine. How much?
How ignorant is that? The man told you not to smoke, and you're gonna tell him I'm gonna pay for that. Well, you think? And this is the thing with some of these rappers, man. They think, now they have a little money. They have a little money, and they feel like they run everything. And that's rappers. Remember, rappers are liars. Rappers are delusional. You know what I'm saying? Kid is young. He has some money, so he felt like acting a fool. And there you go.
This shit cost, bro. Real shit, gang. How much this shit cost, bro? Whatever, you got it.
He got more money than you, bro. I don't think he's worth. Some of these streamers are making a lot of money, millions a month. You know what I'm saying? So when you're a rapper, you probably have 5-10 million net worth, and you messing with a streamer that's probably have 30-40 million net worth. But you sunning him, you little boying him, thinking that you're the shit. Delusion, bro.
This whole shit, gang. It's you.
He really doesn't care at all. Bro said he came for his friend Fivio, wasn't even invited, and still decided to smoke in Max's Airbnb like 4 times. Crazy. Fivio also had something to say about the situation.
I nigga should have did an Airbnb not in Brooklyn.
Oh, damn.
Airbnb in New Jersey.
For sure. All right, yo, I'm gonna hit you up.
I probably would have like respected the rules if he was in New Jersey.
I don't even know what that means. Both these rappers could care less about anybody else. What do you guys think about this? Hope you enjoyed the video.
Yeah, man. These rappers don't care, bro. And now they're gonna find out the hard way because streamers are the media now. You gotta go see streamers when you gotta sell products, when you gotta sell music, when you gotta sell records. You gotta see streamers because streamers have you guys, which are the audience, which run everything. You guys tell us as streamers what you're like by watching our videos, by liking and subscribing and being on there when we're streaming. And we appreciate you guys. These rappers gonna have to learn a lesson. And it's gonna happen. It's gonna happen. And with time will tell. Because rapping is a shrewd, is a tricky career. You know what I'm saying? And it's a career that you gotta have some type of humbleness in you to really navigate it properly, because yeah, you're supposed to be flashy, arrogant, cocky, but you gotta be smart too. So with smart, you'll understand you gotta bring a balance and understand, okay, I'm gonna act this way, but also I'm gonna know where I'm at and how I'm doing, what I'm doing, and who I'm with, and where to navigate properly, because you're gonna go cold, bro. You're gonna go cold, and you don't want the media, you don't want the streamers against you. You don't. And our next story we're gonna go into is our technology financial segment, where I bring you guys a little news on what's going on financially in the world economically, and also some tips, sometimes some advice. But I'm not a financial advisor. I am not. I'm just a streamer. I'm just a YouTuber. So remember that. And but I'm always gonna bring that to you because I believe financial freedom and financial literacy is very important. I doing this for financial freedom and for my family and kids and kids in the future, for everybody to be good. You see what I'm saying? So in turn, I'm always gonna speak highly of being financially secure, or financially uh intelligent, and financial literacy. And on this next segment here, I kind of picked this segment today because of what's going on in California with the fire and everyone losing their home, comparing that with kids nowadays that can't even afford that. A lot of kids now, back in the day, right? I always mention back in the day, you could be a mailman, have 2-3 kids, a wife at home, and you making, whatever you're making, let's say 50,000, making 50,000, and you'll be able to take care of all of them, on a home, etc., and be comfortable. Family vacation, birthdays, everything is fine. Everybody's happy. Compared to now, same job, you're a mailman, you probably can't afford to leave to get a 1-bedroom apartment. You probably can't afford to have a 1-bedroom apartment. And it's just to show you how the dynamic has changed, because back in the day, you go to college, you graduate, you get a job, and you get a house, and you get the dog and the kids, and etc. And you'll be able to do that working your normal 9 to 5. Nowadays, it's very different. To have a home, nonetheless a beautiful home, a big house, to do that, and to have the family and the career and everything, it takes so much more. Same age, same job, same position, right? And those two different generations are doing completely different things. Now, with the same job and the same money, you're not able to do the same thing. So this is a big concern, because you have a lot of young kids, 25 to 30, that are at home. 25 to 30 back then, our parents already had 2 kids, house, family life. By 25, 26, 28. Which feed into the reason why people are having kids later on now. People are having kids at, 39, 40. As a man, you're having kids in 40s or close to 50s. As a woman, if you got the right situation, you're having kids around 35 to 40. Because it takes a longer time now to be ready. It takes a longer time now to get ready to have that picket fence, beautiful home and lifestyle. The American dreams take a longer time now. Let's watch this video here and kind of understand. You'll kind of understand where I'm coming from with this sentiment, because I do feel like it's unfair, because these kids nowadays are left not being able to do anything. Forget getting an apartment, forget getting a house.
Starter homes are disappearing from the United States. In the early 1980s, as many as 40% of the new homes built were considered entry-level. By 2023, just 9% fit the criteria.
Give it another 20 years, and literally no young person will be able to afford to purchase a home, period.
Meanwhile, a slowdown is mounting in the home building industry, which could contribute to the ongoing decline of the starter home.
Both housing starts and building permits, which are an indicator of future construction, have slowed down this fall, and it's not just seasonal.
There are over 3 million potential first-time home buyers in the country. They're up against high home prices that keep rising.
What you're starting to see are mini price bubblets in markets that are an hour, 2 to 3 hours from major metropolitan cities.
It is such an unusual market because we have an all-time low of first-time home buyers, but an all-time high of all cash buyers.
So where did all the starter homes go? A starter home is typically modest in size and price.
It's the most affordable home in any market. If you're in the Midwest, maybe it's in the $100,000 range. If you're in California, a starter home might be in the $400,000 range.
To me, a starter home used to be a smaller condo, a smaller space, and someone would upgrade. Maybe after 5 years as they get married or have a family and want to move. But now we're actually seeing that most people are buying their first home as a single family residence and really planning on staying in place.
America's home builders are making fewer of these kinds of units.
If you look at the number of single-family starter homes, those defined as being 1,400 square feet or smaller, we used to supply anywhere between 400 and 500,000 units a year.
Over the past decade, builders have put up less than 100,000 homes each year.
Really, by far, the number one reason is the increasing difficulty that many builders have in dealing with zoning regulations.
Zoning laws are set at the local level. These laws can determine the size of each lot in a neighborhood. They can also specify how far a structure is set back from the property line, how tall it is, or how many units are on site. In many cases, these laws create an opportunity for local residents to challenge new development. The residents often raise concerns, like overcrowding of schools and wear and tear on local roads.
A lot of this has to do with density restrictions within local communities. They may not want a townhouse or a condo community coming in, but they absolutely will welcome a single family community.
Zoning codes are found all around the country. The most restrictive ones are often found in major cities.
Many builders are not leaving money on the table. They are just simply unable to build, or it's become so expensive to build that they can only build high-end single family and high-end multifamily.
Given the high price of land,
yeah, because that's where they're going to get their money and people are going to be able to buy. So building all this high end, so what that does, it cuts out the young kids that can't afford $3,000 a month, $4,000, $6,000 a month for a huge house. You know, some are fortunate, not everybody, some are fortunate to have it. But the majority of kids now will have to wait in their late 30s to be able to buy a house like that White House here.
Land, labor, materials, it's very difficult for big home builders to build the entry-level homes. There are a couple who specialize, like D.R. Horton, which has an express homes division, which specializes in starter homes. But for medium-sized builders, it's just very expensive in order to pencil all the costs they have and make it affordable to that lower-end buyer.
As a result, home builders and first-time buyers are targeting further-flung locations.
We've definitely seen a trend toward purchasing a home further from the urban core. So you do see a lot of new construction in suburbia and exurbia.
Home values are now rising most rapidly in low-density and rural areas. Experts say that relaxing these codes could lead to higher levels of home building and preserve affordability.
You know, for example, in San Antonio, there's some builders that are building sub 1,000 square feet single-family detached homes, right? Which would have been almost unthinkable just a few years ago. So the market is reacting, but its response mechanism is really limited because of the rules of the game.
Some areas with less restrictive zoning codes are welcoming many newcomers. For an example, see Metro Atlanta.
Home is in Atlanta now. I'm currently in Decatur, Georgia, which is right outside of the perimeter, so I have easy access to the city. It gives a little bit more of suburban-ish kind of feel. It's just the culture, the energy, the aesthetic, the environments, a more elevated experience in day-to-day living, honestly.
Lillian Mantaya is a filmmaker and entrepreneur. She was in line to buy a home in the Baltimore area in 2024, but that plan fell through. Since then, she's moved to Atlanta to live with her sister and come up with a new plan.
I did grow up in Baltimore. I gave Baltimore a shot in my adulthood with my children, and I did the 9 to 5, and it's
Probably too expensive. These houses right here, guys, because they've been there a long time and property value going up, and they're not really nice houses. They look like Philly row homes, but most kids, you know, young people like us and others, they can't afford these homes. They can't afford these homes. They probably rent a room in the back somewhere, but they can't afford to buy the whole thing and pay for it and live there comfortably.
tempted to buy a house there and everything, but Baltimore wasn't providing just the lifestyle, resources, community that is needed for me to thrive. And Atlanta has been able to kind of just support me more.
Experts say that more dense forms of housing could have helped first-time buyers, particularly in crowded areas.
We do know that local communities are trying to address the lack of housing inventory in pretty unique ways. So accessory dwelling units is certainly a popular approach right now. That's one solution, but I think we need to be looking at adaptive reuse as well. So looking at vacant hotel motels, looking at vacant residential malls, and how do we bring residential housing?
And that's another thing now. Because of Amazon and all the online shopping, people don't go to the mall. When's the last time you've been to a mall to shop? Like, we use the mall like we used to use it back when we were kids. We'll just go walk around. We'll still shop, buy a few things. But no one sit there and plan on shopping at the mall. We just look up what we want online and we buy it. So a lot of malls all around America, because mall was a big thing. Every town had a few malls, and because everyone would go shopping at the mall, it's a shopping center for people that's shopping for school, shopping for clothes, shopping for items, knives, plates, things of that nature. Normal consumer things, right? We used to use the mall for it. The mall in the city here where I live, it's empty. It's empty. So a lot of these malls here are probably switching to residential rental. And I've seen that. I've seen it done where a mall turn all the stores in there into residential. You can't, they have into smaller apartments for people that can't afford the $2,000 a month, $1,800 a month, $2,500 a month for an apartment. In the city, apartments are like $3,000-$4,000, one bedroom. So the people that can't afford that, the mall will be a better alternative, because we could turn one of those small stores into an apartment or two, and now you pay $1,000, you pay $1,200. Something that somebody working a normal 9 to 5, a normal at a store or something along that line, not making six figures, can afford. And believe it or not, guys, most people don't make six figures. So
Housing units into those areas.
Much of the new construction since 2020 is in luxury apartments, with units that are not for sale.
The recent boom in multifamily construction has been on the higher luxury end, but it's easier for multifamily developers to get in and pencil that many apartments because they're renting them, and rents have been very high.
Rent has been very, very
Finances
high.
are a big
Rent is higher than mortgage in some instances. It's just that that line where a lot of people can't come up with the money up front for down payment and closing. That's where the gap is. But some people that are living in I used to live in a luxury apartment, and some of those people there certainly can afford a house, meaning pay them monthly, because they're paying, where I stayed at, it was a luxury apartment, and most people there are paying, 2,000 plus there for 1 bedroom. Then when you and that place had 4 bedroom available. So I know they're spending easily 4-5,000 a month on apartments. If you're spending $3,000 to $5,000 on an apartment, you can afford a house. Now the problem is that apartment is in a really nice area, very high end, high ceilings, like walk-in closet in every room, and huge bathroom for every room. I'm telling you, because I know I've lived in one, right? So these people can afford a house, but the affordability with the problem comes in where you got to move into a house that's holding up the same standard to where you're living now. So if you like living in a nice place, you're probably going to want a house in a nice place. You probably still swing the mortgage, but the down payment, because to live in a nice house, a nice neighborhood, and all of that, you're going to have to come up with a couple 100,000, 100,000 plus to get the down payment, closing, furnishing that place. You're going to need some liquid. You're going to need, 80 to 100,000 in some cases to do that properly. And that's where a lot of one of the gaps comes in, because some of these people, they are able to live in this apartment, but getting a house in a place that they want to live in, okay, not some row house in whatever neighborhood. They want to live in a nicer place. In order to do that, you're gonna need some money. So you're gonna need the money, credit, okay, you're gonna need the income. And sometimes an apartment is more lenient with these things versus a house.
Barrier for first-time buyers. The premium paid to buy a home has increased sharply relative to renting over the past decade. The increases in home prices have also outpaced increases in wages. As a result, home sales are down across many markets, and the median age of the typical first-time home buyer has climbed to 38. That's up from age 29.
So this is what we were talking about. Back then, if you were making 50,000, you were able to buy a big house. We're watching these, big house and dog and yard and family and community. You're able to have that with your 50,000. Now you probably need 150,000 just to meet that standard. You see what I'm saying? So it pushed the market, the age of these people that's gonna be in the market for that way forward, way later. As I mentioned earlier, you'd be able to do that back then. By like 25, 28, you're able to do it. But now, as we seeing right here on our screen, you're gonna be 38. You know what I'm saying? An old person. By the time you're able to probably be able to get a house. So the median age of first-time home buyers now is 38 versus 28. It all has to do with wages, guys. We're not making the same money. Our money not able to do the same things that it was doing for our family and our grandparents and our parents back then. Which bring a lot of issues, because a lot of people, they're watching their kids, they're looking at their kids, they're not able to do anything. They're not doing anything, in their opinion. But remember, times are very different. We've been through a few recession, wars, pandemic, etc. Bad politicians. We going through a lot, and now with social media, we seeing it more. So it's normalized. $38 is wild. It's crazy. 38 back then. When you see someone 38, they're planning for retirement. They're winding down pretty much, slowing down. Back then, 38, you bought your first house, sold it, bought the second house. You probably just got your dream home or been living in it for a couple years at 38. Now at 38, you probably still living at grandma's house, still living at mama's house, still living in the 1-bedroom rental. And that's the story for most people.
In 1981,
become a cybersecurity professional in less than a year.
Excuse the commercial from YouTube,
Of the
guys.
headwinds that a 30-year-old may have, like student loan debt and car loans and credit card debt, and then they have rising rent. And so keeping that all in mind, it's hard to save for a down payment when housing affordability is really out of reach.
The problem is you have the most demand on the low end of the market because affordability is so rough right now, but you also have the least supply on the low end of the market.
the average price of homes has increased rapidly too. Nationwide, home prices have climbed over 52% between
And that's the thing.
2024.
And that's the thing. Home prices also going up with the time. But pay's not going up with the time. Rent is going up with the time. Now my old apartment in the city, right? I know that apartment is probably closer to 4,000 now than back then. I know it's closer to 4,000 for that apartment now. Most people don't get paid 4,000 a month. A lot of people don't get paid 4,000 a month. So it's just to show you the lifestyle that you probably work hard, go to school, do all these things, take all these courses, keep a job. You still have to live in that one bedroom. You still can't afford this. You still can't afford to have a normal, beautiful, white picket fence, American dream home.
Adding to the burden, mortgage rates have returned to their standard historical range, near 7%. Homeowners with a mortgage are paying 29% more than they would if they rented the same house. Dynamics like that are shutting out all but the highest income Americans out of the market, at least on average.
We're seeing first-time home buyers come into the market using inheritance, using 401k or stocks, cashing those out, combining all of these resources, and actually making an all-cash purchase.
Investors are buying homes too, but economists saw their shares jump to an all-time high in 2024. Still, they make up a tiny fraction of the overall housing stock.
The issue of large-scale investors is really not an issue. If you look at their share of the market, it's only 1% to 2%. However, if you look within fast-growing markets, particularly those that are affordable, and in the South, those entities are making it a little bit more difficult for buyers to purchase. Having said all that, if there was a normal amount of supply and we didn't have the shortage, this would not be really an issue.
With elevated prices on the market,
I don't think Yeah, there might be a shortage of a certain home, but they're building a lot. There might be a shortage of very, very, very cheap houses. But I feel like that's an excuse because they had those houses back then. Our parents, grandparents bought normal size homes. Yeah, there's a shortage of affordable homes. There's not a shortage of homes. There's a shortage of affordable homes, not because the home sizes, is because mortgage rate, property value, and people and job not paying enough. Jobs are just not paying enough for these people to be able to afford these houses. These houses we're looking at on these screens, chat. These houses are back when our parents were buying homes. These houses are probably would be $300,000-$400,000 houses, $500,000 houses. But today, these houses are $2 million, $1.5, $1.6, $2-3 million houses. Where are you working at to afford $10,000 on mortgage? It's hard for doctors. It's hard for doctors. It's hard for lawyers. That's why we're on YouTube. That's why we're on YouTube, and we do live in a big crib. You know, we do have a big crib. Where I'm at right now, it's a big crib. It's a big one. But you know, it's not everybody can do it. It's unfortunate and sad, but
today's buyers may need to rely on outside help to finance a home.
I think it's increasingly difficult to buy that first home if you don't have help. You know, in a more affordable market, it's $400,000. That means you have to come up with $80,000 in down payment if you assume the typical conventional loan. It's really difficult to come up with that down payment. So we do see in
you see what I mean, guys? And $400,000 will get you a nice home. But it's harder. It's increasingly harder. Okay? So in 2025, if you're buying a normal house, a 3-bedroom, 2-bathroom, normal, right? Somewhere that's that's the minimum in my opinion, right? But let's put it that way. With $400,000, which we're not finding much, the nicer houses, right? Something that says I'm 38, you know what I'm saying? $400,000, you gotta come up with 80,000, right? A lot of people can't swing $80,000 right now. At 7%, which is good for now. People were paying 11, 10 sometimes. Okay? Your monthly payment will be $2,100 a month. And the $2,100, you know, there might be other fees that is not even counting. Right? if you live in an HOA, if you have a little bit less down payment, or even if you have more down payment and your interest is a little higher, or depending how your loan turns out, this monthly payment is going to be more. This is going to be closer to 25 to 2800 a month. When you add up everything, you close to 3000 a month. So that same house will be costing you close to $800,000. Do you see what I mean? So you're going to spend 30 years paying close to $3,000 a month. And that's if you're lucky. That's if you're lucky. How many young people in their 20s work a normal job? I'm not speaking about some of us that are lucky, some of us that are fortunate, some of us that figured something out. I'm talking about the normal 9 to 5 person you see at Sears, person you see at Walmart, person you see at your doctor's office. The normal 9 to 5 people with a college degree. How many of your friends you know? What's the percentage of your friends you know that could come up with 80,000 in their 20s to buy a house right now in this economy? I don't have many friends, but I can come up with a whole lot of them. So we go to renting. I might be able to get a 1-bedroom for about $1,800, $2,000, about the same price, but I don't have to put 80,000. See, that's why I was telling you guys. Some of them are, they're living in the apartment, the really nice apartment. They can swing the $2,100 to $2,800 a month because they're paying for it right now. But they can't swing the credit to get the 7%. They can't swing the down payment of 80,000 plus. And on top of that, depending on the house you get, even if you get a basic 3-bedroom, 2-bathroom, I call it basic, but I would say normal, more of the like the norm. It's not basic. You're gonna have to furnish it, and that's gonna take another 20, 30,000. If you like nice stuff, if you like beautiful light, beautiful fixtures, nice TVs, beautiful rugs, beautiful art, if you like those things, nice bedroom, nice mattress. Guys, if you buy a house, right, you're gonna spend that $30,000. You're gonna spend about $30,000 minimum on furnishing the thing, if that's your first house and you're buying all new stuff, right? To buy a nice mattress, you will be spending between $3,000 and $10,000. That's just for one mattress. That's not the bed. That's not the frame. That's none of that. Right? So just on a bedroom, we'll do the math, right? Just on a bedroom, let's say you want a fly master bedroom. You want your shit fly. You understand the value of sleeping well. And you like nice shit, right? You spend $7,000 on your mattress, another $4 or $5 on the bed frame, $2,000 on your TV, Another 1,000 for a rug here, low lighting there. And let's throw another 1,000 for miscellaneous. That's just your bedroom. That's just your bedroom. We didn't even get to sheets yet for these beds. You're talking about good sheets, the type of sheets you want to sleep on, the type of comforters you're gonna want to sleep on. You're gonna be spending $400, $500, $600 on nice, clean, white comforters. And this is like the normal stuff. Now, if you want to be super fly, you're gonna be spending $2,000, $3,000 on sheets and comforters. So, as you can tell already, to be able to afford the nice, big 4, 5, 6 bedroom homes, you know, the nice stuff with plenty of room, and it costs. And the kids now at 29 can't do it, 30 can't do it, 35 can't do it. And that's what I meant. And it's unfortunate.
The data, increasingly more consumers are getting help, whether that's from their parents or from down payment assistance programs.
There are over 2,400 down payment assistance programs nationwide. Depending on your income and where you live, the aid can be substantial.
I haven't purchased a home yet, and I've been in the process of purchasing a home. But being in this process, I definitely have more of a optimistic, I guess, perspective with home buying now. And I just talked to a realtor here, and she even told me that you are able to purchase a home even with a credit score of 500 and something. So I think it's just a matter of taking the initiative and knowing that you can be a homeowner.
Regulation at all levels of government affect how homes are built. Experts say they're holding back new construction.
This crisis is worsened by various factors, including rising construction costs, regulatory burdens, and limited availability of buildable land.
There's definitely excessive regulation, a lot of inefficient local zoning.
The zoning codes really originated nearly a century ago, and it made sense at the time. However, since then, there's been an increasing thicket of layers that have made it increasingly difficult for builders. This is sort of the concern, unfortunately, with policy, is sometimes you have to think about in advance things that can go wrong. So think about zoning. It made sense in the 1900s. It began in New York City. It made sense if you needed meat packing plants to be a little bit away from residential areas. But you take that to an extreme and out of New York City and into middle America, and then it causes problems.
Regulation at this point can make up 25% of the builder's cost to build that home, and there is a lot of talk of deregulation, especially under the new Trump administration.
Until more housing is built, prices are expected to keep marching upward quickly.
The willingness and desire for homeownership amongst renters, particularly younger renters under the age of 35, is very high. However, the problem is the obstacles are also just as high.
Yeah, man. So this is so that's what I meant. It's just that it's getting the challenge of owning a home as a 25 to 35-year-old is way harder now than it was 30, 40, 50 years ago. And that's why you're seeing our cousins, our brothers, our sisters, our friends, people we went to high school with. That's why we see now they're approaching 30, or there are 30 plus, and they're not able to afford a home. They're not even they're still living as a group. They're living with friends and family. No, it's not because they're lazy. in a lot of cases. No, it's not because they don't want to have a home in a lot of cases. In some cases, it might be. But it's because the odds are stacked against them. The economy is growing in certain areas and it's not growing in others. To y'all, I say just hold on, save your money, and we'll get more. I plan on opening up in a channel and having more thoughts on that. But those are plans I will be announcing when I'm doing so, a Patreon of sort, to kind of help kids in our generation to go from 20 to 35 and make it a little easier and do it with the intention of being ready to do those moves, because those moves, buying homes and having beautiful family, beautiful home, nice cars, foreigns in the garage, things of that nature, takes a lot of dedication. Now, it doesn't happen by accident anymore where it's just the norm. No, you have to be intentional. You have to have the goals. You have to have the plan, even if they sound crazy, even if they sound nuts to the people around you, to your friends and family. You gotta push forward, because we're looking crazy out here, you know. And for some of us that are able to do it, we've done it, we're happy, and we want more. But for some of us that weren't able to do it, you know, we tell you to hold on and keep pushing. And you know, it's taken a long time, but with some dedication, hard work, sacrifice. I'm gonna say it one more time. Sacrifice. With some of that, you could do it. And you know, again, don't get discouraged. And we'll have more conversation on those topics, on how to prepare your mindset, how to use focus as a tool to get what you need, to get what you want. And um and also we'll have some tips on stocks and other hustles you have, that as young kids, our generation, we absolutely need side hustles. Back then it was overtime. Back then it was you know, another job. But now, you know, those don't work as well as if you have a side hustle, or if you learn a skill, or if you build something up yourself. As we get more familiar with each other, as we push forward in building this community, we'll talk more about it, and I'll help. I'm here to help, guys. I will give some advice, non-professional advice, right? Because I don't want to be liable for, you know, people's life, but we will be giving some directions, some ways to accomplish a comfortable life. And now we're gonna move forward to one of our favorite show on YouTube to react to, and it's called Pop the Balloon. Now we're gonna continue this episode. Last time I react to it, I believe this is where we stopped. This is where we ended. We're just gonna pick up where we left off and kind of react to it. I love this show. Shout out to Arlene. Shout out to their cast and their whole production. And we appreciate you guys, and for bringing us this entertainment. And we're gonna react to it.
Okay, let's bring out our next single lady.
I'll make the screen bigger for you guys.
Hello. What's your name?
I'm Erica.
Erica,
Nice to meet you guys.
hi, how old are you?
I turned 28 yesterday.
Oh, happy birthday.
Thank you.
And what do you
Hi,
do?
I'm a
Erica.
travel agent and a full-time.
Hey, chat, real quick. What's the rating? You know, I gotta ask y'all. It's a religion. It's something we do. I ask you every time, what is the rating on her? Now, very beautiful girl. I'm gonna give you my opinion. She's a beautiful girl. Dress is a little too big on her, but very beautiful nonetheless. Now we're judging by just seeing, guys. We're just playing the game. We're not degrading women. Women are the best creatures in my opinion, but or objectifying them, right? We're just giving our opinion on the show because that's what the show is about. Okay, very beautiful girl. I'll go with classy. I'll go with kind. I believe she's a good choice. Now let's see what she's about.
I'm a nursing student.
Okay.
Nursing
And what do you
student,
like to do
congrats.
for fun?
Travel, obviously.
Right.
Hang with my family. I also like to go to concerts, musicals, things like that. I'm really into musicals, so.
Okay.
If English isn't your first language like me, and you want your writing to reflect your voice,
We
consider trying
apologize
Grammarly Pro.
for the commercial. Again, it's YouTube. We gotta watch the commercials. I mean, of course, I could get the ad free YouTube, but we wanna give these people their ads and help support their channel that way, our way.
Ambitious, somebody who's spontaneous.
So they talking
somebody
about what
who
you want,
obviously
what you're
believes
looking for in a
God.
man.
Family oriented, just not a bum, really.
Okay. And what are some of your deal breakers?
Too many kids.
What's too many for you?
Two.
Okay.
3.
Too many.
Somebody who just is not, like I said, ambitious. I don't like stagnant people. So anybody
Right.
who is a stagnant person is not gonna work for me.
Not for you. Okay, cool. Sounds good. So we have not got any pop balloons. Let me give you a
No
pick.
pop balloons.
Thank you.
There you go. And I'm going to have you pop 2 balloons.
2?
2 balloons, yes.
Okay.
Whenever
Now
you're
let's see
ready.
what you do.
Um,
You're gonna pop
sorry.
purple. Yeah, my man. You
Sorry, my nails are long.
Nails. Okay, and then
perfect,
one more.
perfect. All right. Blue. Yeah. She don't like the big dudes. She don't like the big dudes.
So your
All
name and
right.
age.
Devontae
So-
at 29.
And
Shout out
Devontae,
to our
why'd you
big
have your balloon
dudes.
unpopped?
You're
She
out for
beautiful,
now.
pressure. We into the same thing. I like to travel. She like
My dude into what she look like. You feel me?
to travel. And that's pretty much it.
Nice.
Yeah.
All right. So why'd you end up popping his balloon?
Too short. Don't look good. That my dude look defeated, man. Keep your head up, player. Keep your head up, player. Nah, come
Probably
on,
the
man.
pants.
The pants.
Sorry. I think you're dressed
Stop,
really nice.
stop being vain, shorty. Just be like you don't like the man. That's it. You know what I'm saying? It's okay.
Nicely.
Appreciate it.
It's just a little flashy for me.
Oh, it was the last minute.
Okay, it's too
I
flashy
understand.
for her.
Yeah.
I understand.
My
I think
jeans
you're a
didn't come in
nice man.
time, so.
Yeah, that's
Nice
okay.
man,
It
nice
happens,
man.
you know? It happens.
All right. Thank you.
You will.
And then we popped one more up here.
One more.
Name
What
and
is
age.
it? What is
Name is
this? Be
Cheeto.
real with him.
Age is 29.
Be real with
Cheeto,
him.
why'd you have your balloon unpopped?
Initially, I wanted to hear what she had to say. Thought she was cute.
Yeah, she cute.
Yeah.
She a cute
All
girl.
right. And now why'd you end up popping his balloon?
I think also the outfit.
The outfit, girl,
It's
come
just a
on.
little-
You know
it
you
makes
just
you
not
look older
attracted
than
to the
you
man.
actually
Just
are.
say
I
I'm
thought
not
you were, like,
attracted to him.
In your late 30s.
It's okay.
So I'm really sorry.
No problem.
My man came in with his purple
Okay,
suit on.
so
Leave him
we
alone.
do have 5 balloons left. Go ahead and ask the remaining guys a question.
Okay. What is something about you guys that other people would think is weird?
Okay, what is
So
something
Weird
about you that
question,
other
but
people think is
okay.
weird? Name and age first.
Maz VS 30. What's something weird?
I know it's a tough one.
Yeah, that's a tough question. Well, I wake up earlier. Well, that's one thing people don't know about me. I wake up early, like 5 o'clock in the morning every morning, and get to work. So that may be a little weird to most people. That I wake up early and I, run a business and I work. That's fine. Yeah, I wake up early.
Okay.
You sleep early as well?
Waking up.
Yeah, I go to sleep pretty early. Yeah.
You be inside or you be outside?
No, I be inside.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I be inside. I'm a workaholic, so I got to get to the bag. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Let's go over here. Name and age and what's something weird about you.
ISO 33. I guess the weirdest thing would be like I'm addicted to trying. Like even if it seems like I can't master it, I'm just addicted to keep going after it. And I think people don't like that. It's like, why are you gonna keep going after the mission's dead? You know what I mean?
Okay.
Ain't no such thing as a dead mission.
What's an example of something that you did that on?
For real? All right, cool. So an example would be all right, I'm just be totally honest.
Be totally honest.
I'm not good at fishing, right? I'm not good. I ain't never done it before. Feel me? I'm from Cincinnati, Ohio.
Oh, okay.
And so but I try at it because I like it, And so I go out by myself sometimes to try it. I haven't caught one fish, not even a guppy. You feel me? So
I'm from Ohio too, and Ohio is
What
a
part?
fishing state. Cleveland. Well, I'm from Ravenna, but I live in Cleveland. So I'm a country girl at heart.
Okay. Well,
you.
that was a weird answer to a weird question, but we'll let it go. We'll let it slide. We'll let them slide.
Nice to meet you.
All right, name and age and answer to her question.
My name is Josh and I'm 29. Definitely, I like my hamburgers plain.
That is weird.
It's really weird.
Yeah.
But I feel like it's the best way to eat a burger because you can really taste the burger. You know how it's cooked, if it's seasoned well. But like if you got all the extra toppings on it, people be liking burgers from random places. I'm like, they don't make good burgers.
That's interesting.
That's weird and interesting. Okay, that's fine.
Nice to meet you.
We'll keep it going.
Name and age and answer to her question.
My name is Vanny. I'm 32, and one thing that people probably say is weird about me is that I'm always smiling. People say that they never see me mad. Like I'm always seem like I'm happy. So that's one thing that people say is weird about me.
That's a killer vibe. You feel me? That's a nigga that'll kill you vibe. Nigga never mad. But how y'all think she doing so far, man? I don't know. I feel like maybe the guy in the white because they're from the same area, but you never know. You never know. Let's see.
I mean,
Okay.
yeah.
But why would that be weird? Is it because where you're from or what?
I guess because I'm from New York and yeah, so people see me smiling all the time, see me happy all the time. People be like, "Yo, that's weird. Like, why you never mad?" Yeah.
Got you.
Cool, thank you. And our next guy here, your name and age and the answer to her question.
36, my name is Courtney. The thing I would say, people probably would say that I do is weird is eat ketchup on my tacos. A lot of people don't eat ketchup on their tacos. I'm not
Ketchup
sure if
on your
that's-
tacos?
Yeah.
What does that mean?
My nigga
Like, just basically
eat ketchup with
on- like,
everything.
put ketchup on my
I like
tacos.
ketchup too.
Yeah, on my tacos.
Oh my god.
Yeah.
I thought you
my
said
God.
like ketchup on your tacos. I'm like, what are you talking about? That is weird.
Yeah, a lot of people don't do that. Yeah.
Okay.
So you
Yeah,
go to like
pop that
authentic
nigga
Mexican
balloon.
places and you
He's
put ketchup on your
just a
tacos
little
instead of
too
salsa?
nervous.
Ground beef, the black style.
Oh.
Yeah. Ground beef tacos.
Okay, got it. So at home, not when you go out somewhere.
Right.
Not a steak. Like,
Thank
you
you.
put it on ground beef. Okay.
All right, let's head on
Okay.
back.
My
And now,
nigga
we
too
gotta flip it on
nervous,
over to
boy.
you. What's something weird about you?
I think it's kind of, people think that it's weird. Like my favorite genre of music and movies is musicals. So I don't really listen to like a lot of things that people listen to nowadays. I listen to
Okay.
musicals, which is kind of weird.
So you watch like Hamilton and stuff like that?
Yeah.
Okay.
I've seen Wicked 3 times already. So
Oh my
yeah.
Yeah,
All
that's
right.
special.
Well, I am gonna have you now
That's
pop
different.
2 balloons.
Okay.
Whenever you're ready, go
Pop
ahead.
two.
I'm sorry, everybody.
Pop two. I think my dude at the end gotta go. Too nervous. 1, 2. Very easy. Very
All right,
easy.
We'll start here. So why did you have your balloon
They're
unpopped?
off. Energy's off, man.
I just like the whole outfit. I like everything. Like,
Thank
see,
you.
The thing is with these two guys, their energy's not giving confidence. It's giving defeat a little bit. In cases like this, you gotta keep your head up You gotta speak loud. You gotta speak confidently. And I know they've been, it's easier said than done, but you know, you gotta have some presence, man.
She is gorgeous.
Thank you.
Yeah, and that's the reason why I have my balloon unpopped. Yeah.
She's pretty, pretty
And why'd you
girl,
end up
pretty
popping
girl.
his?
Well, you said that people don't like that you are never mad, and to me, that's kind of like why are you never mad? Like,
Yeah,
I don't know. I don't
that's
know how to
crazy,
explain that,
right?
but it was just a thing
like
for
I
me.
said,
Serial
like I said,
killer
Yeah, I guess he
vibes.
was right. People be mad about it.
like I said,
And he look a little older.
I mean, maybe he's one of those people that's quick to anger. I mean, slow to anger. That's what I mean, right?
I guess I think about things and like I shouldn't let something bother me too much. Like this, I could always work something out. Like I'll go work out my problems and everything like that.
Positive.
Yeah.
So being
Like, I
positive,
do
guys,
get mad,
is a
but-
very big deal, right? I work on it constantly, right? I'm a naturally positive person. I don't think negatively because I understand what it does. And, negative thoughts kill success. So it's good to be a very positive person. But in his case, it didn't work for her because, always happy, sounds a little crazy, but I understand where he's coming from. I think she's just misunderstand what he means by I'm always happy. It's more like I don't let outside influences hurt how I feel for the day. You understand? And that's hard to do. That's harder to do than you think. But no, it's very important that you stay positive. You set the tone versus you let everything else setting the tone for you. So that's a good lesson. But she misunderstood what he said.
Ain't no reason to like really show your anger, be mad all the time. Like there's nothing. You have 24 hours in a day. Yeah. So like you gonna let 5 seconds really get you really upset?
True.
Thank
you. Thank you.
All right. And now, Courtney, why'd you have your balloon unpopped?
I mean, she beautiful. She 100% my type. I like her aesthetic. I like what she, all the things that she said she like, whatever.
Nice.
Yeah, I was interested in that. So.
Okay.
100% my type is wild. 100% my type is wild. That's wild, bro. She's a very beautiful girl, but man, you got to know a little bit more about her. But yeah, that's probably why she popped your balloon, man. You look shook already. You know what I'm saying? You look shook already. You look like, you know what I'm saying? You gotta, when you meet someone versus, I'm speaking for the guys, right? To you guys. When you meet a woman, no matter how beautiful she is, how aesthetically pleasing she is to you, you gotta keep in mind she's a human being with flaws, with happy days and sad days, with likes and dislikes. And these are the things you gotta focus on at first. So then that shook feeling, all of that won't present itself because what that does to a woman, right? And I'm speaking to you guys. What it does for a woman, it gives the energy of I don't have enough substance in there to see anything else. Listen to that, right? When you're shook in front of a beautiful woman, she may not know it. She might not be translating how she's feeling in these words I'm telling you. But how she's feeling is a lack of substance from you because you're shook on how I look. You know what I'm saying? You can't do that. So in turn, what you do is you focus on what type of person she is. What is her thought process? What are her values? Before she even sees that you lusting and you drooling over her. It could be a simple, hello, my name is Suede. What's your name? Oh, very nice. Whatever her name is. Nice meeting you. I wanted to approach you. You seem like a fun person. You seem like you're into this or whatever that you notice from her. Oh, I noticed that you have this hat on. Or I noticed you're wearing this beautiful dress. I would like to compliment you on that and thank you for coming out looking so beautiful. And then you could move forward on that. You know what I'm saying? But you got to be confident enough, and you got to be able to speak to her, and she has to understand that you're past what she looks like. You don't care about what that looks like. You care more about the substance she's bringing, what she's about, what she like. You understand? And do it in a friendly way, in a non-creepy way. You understand? It's an art, guys. I understand. But the gentleman here kind of spilled the whole milk before she even know what she's really about. And that's gonna show on your body language. That's gonna show on your face. It's gonna show how you speak. And girls don't like that. Girls like a guy with substance. Like they like a guy. You know, that's why a lot of people be like, yo, you know, some girls they might say a girl like a guy that don't like her, you know, like I gotta act like I don't like. No, that's not how it works. You don't have to act like you don't like her. That's not what I'm saying. What I'm saying is you gotta act like that's normal. Her being beautiful is a normal thing. It'll be abnormal. You acting abnormal because she looks normal. You know what I'm saying? So that says a lot about your standard. That says a lot about your substance, what you're able to speak about, what your mind is giving you while you're looking at her. You understand? A simple hi, how are you? You're beautiful. My name is this, that. And can we talk about, you know, what you like doing over dinner? Some simple. Some simple, but simpler to say than done, right?
And why'd you end up popping his?
I just think you're a little quiet. I'm like a eccentric person, so
Yeah.
that's all.
He seemed,
All the reason.
and mind you, she's a quiet girl. She's on the quieter side. You know what I'm saying? She don't look like we all know some. You know what I'm saying? Some ghetto, outrageous chicks, and she's not. She could be that. She could be that, but she's seeming like she's not. So she's calling him quiet. It's not that. He's just scared. He's just nervous. He got a nervous face on. That's all. And you know, you don't need to do that, buddy. You could be a confident, calm, collected, and not look nervous.
All right, let's head on back. We've got 3 guys left. Go ahead and ask them another question.
Okay. Do you feel like you are more spontaneous or more of a planner?
Let's start there.
Good question. I like that one.
All right, are you more spontaneous or more of a planner?
Yeah, I'm more spontaneous. I need a planner, actually, because my schedule will be crazy. So,
Yeah.
yeah.
Gotcha.
Okay. Over here, spontaneous or a planner?
Spontaneous. I ask you to play rock, paper, scissors right now.
Okay, he would lose, but okay.
All right, straight up. Let's do it.
Should we do it?
It's up to y'all. Y'all go ahead.
On 3, though.
All right, rock, paper, scissors, shoot?
Yeah. Okay. Rock, paper, scissors, shoot. Got you. All right, cool.
She got you.
I
Oh,
won.
for real? That was it?
She had
I
scissors.
thought that was rock, though. No, that was rock. No, that was rock.
You had
No, that was rock.
The host said you had paper.
No, that was rock because you see the pen in my hand.
All right, let's do it again. Let's go.
Don't cheat this time.
Me and Arlette both said the same thing.
Okay.
There you go.
Thank you, my boy. I appreciate
All right,
you.
let's go.
Don't cheat. 1, 2, 3, shoot.
Might do helping them out.
I got her.
I bet.
Okay, go.
Let's go. Rock, paper, scissors, shoot.
Told.
Rock, paper, scissors, shoot.
Oh, you changed.
No, I didn't.
Did you see that?
I didn't see. Go ahead.
One more time.
One more.
Rock, paper, scissors, shoot. Got you. Oh. Stop thinking like me.
Oh.
I won.
They beat me. I'm
Hey, I like it.
And now over
I
here,
like it.
spontaneous or a planner?
I'm spontaneous. Like, yeah, I like, just call you, hey, baby, pack your bags. Let's go to wherever out of the country and just be ready.
Yeah.
So, be spontaneous with me. I'm not a planner at all.
His
I don't plan
personality is more, look at me. I got money. That works. But not all the time. And guys, dating and relationship is a tricky. That's why I watch these things, because it's very interesting to me. It's a very tricky thing. Relationship. It's one of those things, and I tell countless of my friends. Love and relationship is one thing we haven't really, as a humanity, as a human race, conquer, and we've been doing it for so long, and we still haven't conquered like a definite. This is the whole plan. This how, because for him, he's using his flash little diamonds. You know what I'm saying? Some flashy little chain. You know what I mean? Whatever, to get that attention. And others might use how smart they are, right? Might display their intelligence, who they are. And some people just get nervous like the other guy. You know what I'm saying? Just get nervous and timid and quiet. So, his way of trying to express who he is through the diamonds and through the flash. But let's see if she likes that, because she shut the other guy down for the flashy jeans, right? We'll see if she stay consistent.
Got you.
So are you spontaneous?
Oh,
or
I'm
planner?
extremely spontaneous.
Oh.
I mean,
yeah.
I'm very spontaneous.
I like
I'm
that.
spontaneous too.
Yeah.
Okay.
We like it.
Yeah.
We like it.
So let's go ahead and have you pop a balloon.
Just one?
Just one.
Okay. Sorry.
Just one.
You said you need a planner. I am not that.
Not a planner.
Okay, so why did you have your balloon unpopped?
She's offbeat, and I like that in a woman. You're gorgeous.
Thank you.
But yeah, I do need a planner. So
I'm so sorry.
I
Yeah, that is
appreciate
not me.
It's all good.
Thank you.
Okay, and then
He
so you
need-
popped
he
his
needs
off, so you
somebody
said-
that help
just
him
because
plan.
I'm just not that type of person. I'm definitely like type B, like everywhere. And
Yeah.
spontaneous.
All right,
But is he
shorty.
someone that
But
is
that's not
attractive? Yeah, I
that's
think
not
you're
a
attractive and
that's
things,
not
it's just-
that's not a good thing all the time, though. You know what I'm saying? As a woman, you gotta have some planning. You gotta, because your whole life depends on planning, shorty. Your whole life depends on it. Especially, and listen, guys, I'm a little bit more lenient with, because guys gonna be guys. But woman, your job is so much more important. Your job in life is so much more important, that it's very important that you are a planner. So ladies, I'm sure she's a planner. I'm sure what she's saying is, I don't like planning all the time. I like to do a few things that just, a few things just happen. We just doing it. But yeah, very interesting dynamic.
I'm not a planner.
I
That's all.
appreciate that.
Yeah.
We would like randomly just run into each other. There would be no dates planned. It would be kind of crazy. So
That's how life works sometimes.
that's just how
you know?
life works.
Yeah.
So.
Thank you.
All right, cool.
All right, we've
I
got
think
two
that would
guys
be
left.
good,
Go
but,
ahead and ask them
it's not
one final
my choice.
question.
Okay. What is an important quality that you look for in a woman?
Good question.
An important quality that you
Good
look for
question.
in a woman.
Kindness.
I'm gonna say my name or nothing like that.
No.
Okay, cool, sure. As ready to join a village, honestly, like they're ready to join a community. I think, not I think, but it takes a village to raise a family. So, there should be no reason, at least in my mind, that people should feel isolated. So, a woman that's ready to be a part of family, be a part of community, that's my ideal woman.
Okay.
Okay.
So you wanna?
A great quality for me, like I love a great listener. So
Great
like,
listener
yeah,
is
'cause
important.
I'm one of the biggest, sports bettors in the world.
And listening is not just I hear you. Listening is more like I sit there and I listen and I understand what you're saying and be able to give you good feedback. You know what I'm saying? That's listening, not just sit there and hear me yap. That's not listening, which is the definition of listening to a lot of people. Because listening is more. It takes skill to be a listener. It takes skill to hear someone say a full story and pick out and pinpoint, I should say, what you think they're meaning, what they're meaning out of that story, and what they need to hear from you at that point.
world, so I deal with a lot of stress and things I have to deal with. So yeah, I like a great listener. So if you're a great listener, you're the one for me. Yeah.
Guys, any questions for her?
Twisted Tea is a refreshing hard iced tea made
Again,
with real brewed tea.
YouTube's gonna give us the commercials. We're gonna take them.
Really not.
No kids, cool.
You have kids?
No kids. No.
You're good.
I got a question. I'm reading a book. It's called The Four Agreements right now. The first agreement is be impeccable with your word. How do you value your word?
I think it means a lot. I mean, if you can't trust somebody, then what does their word mean to you? You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So it means a lot to me, especially coming from nothing. When people tell you something, I mean, you should follow through. So it means a lot to me.
So it's important to you.
Many things, mostly my family, my sister, my niece.
Your word is everything. Your word is everything. That's why you don't see super successful people making a bunch of promises, because they know, okay, I either do it or I don't. And when they say they're gonna do it, they have to do it. So what they do is they just act versus talking about it, versus making a bunch of promises. So yeah, being a person of your word is very important, guys.
It's my nephew. They're my whole world. So I would say family and my drive to get into better places.
Straight up. All right.
Okay. Do you have any kids?
Yes, they're all in liquid form.
Now he being silly, but he's confident. He's he feeling himself. That's cool. But that nigga said all his kids are in liquid form. We get it.
What does that mean? Like
they haven't been produced.
Oh. That was really funny. Sorry.
That's so funny. Wow.
I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I just didn't get it. That's all.
That's fine, Shorty. That's fine.
Okay.
You good?
Absolutely.
Okay.
We could be friends. We don't gotta fight.
Okay.
All right, I'm gonna have you pop a balloon whenever
Sorry,
you're
I
ready.
think you know it's coming.
Yeah.
Nah, he didn't know it was coming. He thought it was him. He thought he was him. He didn't know it was coming, but it's all good.
You say that joke, huh?
I ain't gonna lie. Everybody in here got that, and then she was like, "Wait, what?"
I guess I'll be the dummy. I don't know.
You ain't a dummy. I like you. You was cool.
You. I
you
think
look
you're
like
cool as
Destiny's
well.
Child, kinda.
I like that.
You earned it.
Oh,
now, is he
boy.
someone that's your type?
A little bit shorter for me, but I do think
The hype be killing these boys. The hype it be killing these boys. What's worse, guys? What's worse, being short or being broke? Like, cause I don't know, man. I'll pick being short instead of being broke, but still, that should be killing these boys. That shortness be killing these boys. I ain't super tall either. I'm only 6'1", but you know what I'm saying. But I guess, man, some girls are brutal about the height. Shout out to all my short niggas, man, my short ladies. You know what? I prefer shorter girls, right? And I don't mind a tall girl, right? Just personal preference. I like beautiful people. So, you know what I'm saying? But to some girls, I guess what is it about being short? Because I don't think anything wrong with but I'm a man, so. Is it like what do you guys see? Is it the masculinity is not there because he seemed pretty masculine to me. Is it embarrassing? Is it embarrassing to be seen with a short dude? Like, is it like the littleness? Talk to me, chat. Talk to me. Go in the comments. Let me know, because this is interesting.
I think that you have a good face card.
Appreciate you.
Of course.
Good face card.
Okay, over here. Any
I
kind of
like
question?
her. I
Are we
like her.
good?
She's a little bit. But he's
What's
just
your
as tall. How
would it
much
be like
taller
a
is
great
he?
date night for you? Like, would it be like, okay, this is a great night? What is like your ideal date night?
Feeding me, I love food.
Okay.
So taking me to get something to eat. And I like romantic things, like walking on the water, like I love water. I live in Cleveland, but I love water. So I would say dinner, water of some sort, and then I don't know, I like intimate moments. So like sitting down and actually getting to know somebody.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. Cool.
Yeah,
No,
I
that
like
sounds
that.
cool.
All right. Now, is he someone that's your type?
Yes, you're a little flashy,
Yeah.
which I don't love. I'm sorry. I know you're probably looking
Yeah, I
at
was
me like,
gonna
what are you
pop the
talking about?
balloon because you say he was fine. I was like, yo,
I
see
know.
him. Yeah, so
But I like your answers, and you are somebody that I would look for, I guess.
Why am I somebody you look for?
Well, you're like my type, is what I'm saying.
Like, what's your type? Flashy?
No, not flashy at all.
what-
But you seem like you're about your business, and I really like that. You seem very like put together, and I like that.
Yeah, all right.
Okay, let's bring you up here. Let me have you stand over there.
Makes sense.
I'll have you stand right
But
here, Mozzie.
how many of y'all sitting right there thinking is the bread? Because for me, just like I said earlier, she popped out on some jeans for being flashy. It was some jeans, some $200-$300 jeans or whatever. My dude rocking hundreds of thousands of dollars of shit on them, like just to be flashy. His goal was to be flashy. Louis boots. And, you know what I'm saying? His goal was to be flashy. So I don't know, man. I couldn't. Even from the beginning, prior to her speaking, I didn't see picking him. But who knows? Maybe she has that side. Maybe she got that side in her where, yeah, she get wild. But that was a little interesting. But what made him her type other than the money, guys? I don't know. You tell me. Cause he's the same height. I feel like black dude is taller than him a little bit, low key. Yo, tell me.
All right, y'all. So I have a final question if you guys don't have any more. You're good? You're good?
I'm great.
Okay, so is it a yes for you for her?
No.
Yes.
No.
Yes. Oh my God. Oh my God. My dude in the purple, like, what? Dude in the black, like, I told you. But no, that's what I didn't see it. I just said that, right? I hope I said it because I'm sitting there thinking like, yo, this, I don't know, it's a good match. Because listen, man, he's probably used to and you're not like that crazy out there, like sexy, what's like a Ruby Rose, type of chick. That's probably what he's used to. And you presenting yourself as a fun girl, but I think you're quiet. You know what I'm saying? So I don't know. I was thinking that they weren't a good match, but we'll see. But nah. But I'm not surprised he popped his balloon, man. I'm not surprised because he you could tell he's used to, you know what I'm saying? He's not, and she's not that. She's not that. But very, very interesting twist. Let's finish and hear his reason for why he popped the balloon.
I like her. She cool, but she said he was flashy. Cause his pants, and I got him a $1.2 million watch, $400,000 chain. I know I'm flashy, so I don't know why she chose me. If he said he flashy because his pants,
that smart guy. So he understand that. Yeah, she likes, she picking the baller, but I don't know, man. She don't need to do none of that. She is a beautiful girl, man. She could just go for what she likes. She could be honest with what she likes. She could just be honest with, hey, I like the bread. I like the money, which is most girl, but she was a little classy. She didn't make it obvious, but at the end of the day, folks, yeah, that bread is going to have to show up. That bread going to have to show up, and it's fine. But he dodged that.
so I don't think I'm at her type. I think maybe she liked me, but I don't think I'm her type. But I think you're a beautiful woman, and you my type. But if you say he was flashy, and I know I'm way flashier than him, I'm just gonna be real with myself,
I mean, she called
Be real with yourself. You feel me?
you flashy to your face too.
Yeah, she did, but she called him flashy because of his pants. And
Well, I think, if you want me to be honest, I think that,
but you're beautiful though. I like
thank
you.
you.
And you got a cool personality. I don't even like piercing too much, but I like your piercing. You wear it well. If I saw you on the street, I would definitely like say what's
So you
up to
popped
you.
your balloon because of one thing. That's kind of crazy.
I popped the balloon because if you
But that's the show. Shorty, that's the show. You popped the balloon on him because of one thing, his pants. Maybe you're not being honest with the rest of the reasons. Probably he's not attractive to you. He's a little corny. Like the other dude, you said he was a little corny. Yeah, I think she is a good girl that looks for that safe flashy guy. You know, the guy that's flashy. You know what I'm saying? A little gangster, but safe. I think that's what she's looking for because, yeah, it's confusing to us, just like he's saying. You just turn a dude down. And the dude right next to you for being short, and he's right next to me. They look about the same height, if not shorter.
Called him. You popped
But
his balloon.
like Arlette said, I called you flashy to your face.
Yeah, but you called him flashy and you popped his balloon. So why? That's just like
So you wear this every day, all the time.
not every day,
Exactly.
but at the end of the day, you know,
you wore it because you came for this. I get it. But
no, I mean, I just didn't buy it because of this.
Well, I
I've
know
been
that,
had
but-
it, you know. But yeah.
I mean, hey, I can't argue with no man.
But I
Pop
like
the
you though.
balloon,
You
so
cool, you know.
It is what it is.
But yeah, I popped. Yeah, because you know. I mean,
Yeah, makes sense.
I'll have you hit on back.
Makes sense.
All right, well, that's all the balloons popped, unfortunately. But thank you so much
Thank
for
you for
coming.
having me.
Let's
I
give it up for
appreciate
her,
it.
Beautiful
guys.
girl, beautiful
Thank
girl,
you.
beautiful episode, beautiful segment. I like it. My dude looking proud. That's look at him. My dude look like player. Yeah, I just did that. Just turn old chick down. You know what I'm saying? Whatever. It's whatever. But nah, I agree with him. Man. You can't. You know what I'm saying? You can't expect me to be real with you when you just shut dude down because he was flashy, and I'm like super flashy. You know what I'm saying? Man. But that's it for the night, guys. We'll get to the rest of this episode, obviously, on our next episode, and we'll continue the reactions. Again, thank you guys for being here with me today. Thank you for watching the stream. Thank you for watching the video. Thank you for supporting this channel. The morning this channel is for you guys, and I wouldn't be doing it if it wasn't for your support. I wouldn't be doing it if I didn't feel like you guys would like this entertainment. And I appreciate you guys for supporting. And also, guys, you guys could go to my Instagram, as you can see on the screen, Instagram, Twitter, TikTok for now. And also, if you want to support the channel, you could hit up my Cash App and also my PayPal. All right, guys. Thank you very much. Thank you very much again, guys. I can't say thank you enough for supporting the Middle Ground channel with Suede. Have a good one, guys.